Assassin's Creed is one of those places that breaks my heart tremendously. It's like you see a friend and they take a path that you cannot follow, and it breaks your heart to see them struggling.
Okay, Anakin.
You've turned her again. And I'm just kidding. So, Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? Lots of controversy behind it because woman samurai fighting against heavily armored guys, the whole controversy, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Ubisoft also not being reliable as a company. We've seen, yeah. If you know, you know. Unfortunately, I've seen a little bit of gameplay of Assassin's Creed Shadows. It doesn't look bad. It looks okay.
That's the problem. It just looks okay.
It looks okay. I'm like, it's there. There are a few things that I would have definitely, me personally, not added, is having the two character system going on.
The two character system is completely different, considering most of the time, if you're going to play like in Assassin's Creed Origins. You could play either or.
Oh, it was Origins? No, I don't think it was Origins. It was Syndicate.
The one
Syndicate featured. Okay, yeah, I mean that one did feature.
Syndicate featured two protagonists.
Right, but I would say the RPG Assassin's Creed games, they've always featured the option to choose between the male or female protagonists.
Yeah,
which was good.
It's okay.
It's not bad.
No, nothing wrong with that. But in this game, it's a little bit more cut and dry. Like, this is a completely different play style, different character. And this is how you play as the Asian character in an Assassin's Creed game based in Asia. But if you want to play as a guy, you got to play as...
a more bigger, stocky samurai.
Right.
Run through
the
walls.
bruiser guy.
He's the brute. You got the brute and you got the ghost.
I don't know anybody running through walls ever. Like, even some of the biggest guys I've ever met, not running through a wall. Not saying that that's not a fun video game mechanic, because you know me. Like, when I'm playing a game, I want to feel powerful. I want to feel cool.
You want to
I want to do something. I want to do crazy stuff, right?
You want to harness your Kool-Aid man.
I do think it seems like what happened was they wanted to take the approach of, hey, let's take all the RPG elements that we saw from like Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, especially like, the big brutish, Viking from Valhalla, put that in a character, make that the male protagonist, and then let's take all the old school, like, I guess, OG Assassin's Creed elements, but slightly dumb it down a bit, and let's put that in the female protagonist, and that's essentially what you get.
Yeah, it's a shame, honestly.
But why are people mad at this game? And why did it get pushed?
So I think the main reason it got pushed was because of Ghost. Ubisoft said, we didn't know you guys were dropping that, and people are already not happy with us to begin with. So we're gonna push it. We're gonna add a little extra in there.
Theory time. I think they're gonna add a third protagonist.
Oh God, I hope not.
They gotta add the traditional Asian male character.
So this is gonna be just Assassin's Creed Theft Auto 5, and we just have three protagonists.
Here's what you gotta do. You just gotta give the option to make Naoe a male or a female, and boom, call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, they could just do that. Maybe add a few more stories, or those DLCs that they were planning on launching, just add it into the game.
Yeah, I guess they could do that too.
What I think they should have done, right, is that you should have had, was it Naoe, not Naori, whatever her name is?
Yeah.
Just have her as the main protagonist, have Yasuke as, like, literally a character that you interact with. The same way how Ezio had, like, Leonardo da Vinci, Connor had George Washington, Edward had Blackbeard, right? You don't play as that character, but they're a guy that's in the story that you know of who helps you out in situations that they need to. Because those are some of the best characters, side characters in the game, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They're important enough that they're there, but they don't have to really shift between the story. You want to play as that one main character. You want to be that one main character's focus, Some games are interesting in the way they kind of design or develop or play out, in the sense that there are some missions where you get to play as, like, your sidekick character.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, where it's like the game really is about Peter Parker, or the game really is about this one Star Wars character. But for this mission, you get to play as the robot, and you have to go save your main character.
Maybe that may have worked, because
I would even say this, right? You could have had, like, having Yasuke as, like, an expanded DLC character after the game is done.
Oh, that would have been dope.
And he like how you had Adewale for Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry,
right?
And you play as Adewale. Literally just do that for Yasuke.
Honestly, I don't see why they didn't just do that. Because one, hey, it appeals to their base in the sense of, hey, we got the consumers, they're going to buy this, but also we got our executives, like, the guys who are our pen pushers, they're going to be like, hey, give us our money. Oh, we're getting more money because you're pushing more agenda, more DLC. We love that.
I love that. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's Assassin's Creed. You want to play as an assassin. I feel like Yasuke is not really an assassin. He's an enforcer in this game. He's a big boy.
That was definitely my issue with the previous Valhalla title.
That is a weird.
You're not
the
playing
previous
as an
concept.
assassin
Yeah.
anymore. Because like as the old games, right? Assassin's 1, Assassin's 2, Assassin's 3, right? You're supposed to play as I'm an assassin. And mind you, the stealth mechanics weren't the best. I'll give you that. Taking off the rose tinted glasses, they were not the best at stealth, but the whole concept is that you're just a ghost moving in and out. You're silently taking people out, and you go back into the shadows, right? You have the technology to do that with this new game. It's even called AC Shadows. Let me just utilize this as a main stealth game. As an assassin, being the shinobi I was always meant to be, the thing that everybody has been asking for this entire time.
Yes.
Just focus on that.
Now, I'm not going to lie. When I heard about Yasuke maybe a year ago, and then somebody was like, "Oh, they're making a game where you get to play as Yasuke." I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool." But then you showed me it's like, "Oh, he's just this kind of big brute, this enforcer dude who's swinging, a club and beating people over the head." I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
All right, man.
I don't know if that's really as cool as I thought it was.
Yasuke in a Souls game would be great.
That would have been dope.
I think my issue with the way that Yasuke has been portrayed in media is that I haven't seen yet a good portrayal of him, except for like, what was he in Neo?
He was in the, I believe, yeah.
I think that was probably one of the only good portrayals because there was also an anime about him, and
Oh, boy.
oh my gosh,
Terrible.
Let me tell you, there's some anime that have the syndrome of like, hey, we start off real strong, but then a few episodes in, this is why we have the 3-episode rule. Although it's not something you have to strictly adhere to, but there's a reason why it exists. Because then it just, it just takes a nosedive,
Yeah.
and it gets so bad. It was
just
it was
fell
embarrassing. I'm like, dude, turn it off, get it out of here. I don't want to see this anymore. So it's a shame because this is I guess the second time we're seeing Yasuke, and from the look of it, I'm not seeing it in a way that is definitely making me, especially as a black person, right?
As
a black man, we're about to get controversial. Oh, black people, woke.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But yeah, to me as a black guy, yeah, it's cool seeing a black guy being portrayed in the media. Regardless, I mean, I'm always about that, but I more so care about how this character is characterized and what their story is and what you're doing to make them unique.
Right.
And to me, just making another,
Make me cry.
yeah, exactly, yeah, make me cry.
Don't make the character be my personality is being black.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Don't do that.
And to me, it also kind of it rubs me. Okay, I will say this: it does rub me a little bit wrong that they purposely made the black guy the brute, the enforcer. I'm like, come on, okay,
Did they
guys.
introduce him with some hip hop Asian remix?
And they introduced him with some. So
He better be an intellectual. That's all I'm saying.
He better be a scholar.
He can crack some skulls, but at the end of the day, I want him to be saying some like wise Yoda, like, "Hey, now way." Insert super wise philosophical meeting that makes her
Insert
question.
haiku.
Insert haiku. Make her question her existence and be like, "Wow, that was really deep. Thanks." And then he just like goes and punches a hole in this
The
guy's
African
chest.
wisdom is strong with this one.
yeah, give me a little bit of that African wisdom, right?